We made it through Midnight Madness. We made it through the fall concert. And the next stop on the Rider University train of fall 2010 is Family Weekend. Welcome to Rider Real Time. I'm your host, Nick Barbatti.
So slow it down, you move a little too fast. You take a deep breath, you make this last. And these should be the best days of your life.
We are back with episode 4 of season 3 of Rider Real Time. Special guest today is Barry Triano. Welcome to Rider Real Time, Barry.
Thank you, Nick. I feel welcomed.
Do you? Well, we had a long recruiting process to actually get you here. When did we start this process of actually getting you to be on the show?
I told me to come with you here about 10 minutes ago, so it's kind of a nice surprise at 8 o'clock in the morning, but
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here nonetheless.
On a Friday, nonetheless. But, yeah. The original guest today, for anybody who watches the season in full, was supposed to be Dave Keenan. We were just going to be talking about Family Weekend. Dave had a last-minute meeting, so Barry, like a family member to me. How do we know each other, Bear?
Well, we go way back. I remember you from my orientation freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
You were definitely the one that made a big impact on me there. You're the first person I really met and really got me connected with Rider. And I remembered you throughout the years, and then you offered me the job to be a commuter assistant in the Office of Campus Life, and you've helped me through any struggles I've had, and we've worked together and planned a lot of events together, and we've really had a building experience together.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And honestly, despite you not being the intended guest for the day, I'm so happy to have you here. You certainly mean a lot to me. And you're a junior now. So what are some of the activities and stuff that you've been involved in since you got here?
My freshman year, I was part of Emerging Leaders, so we helped set up MACNAS and all that, which that was a lot of fun. Met a lot of people through that.
But you had an important part of MACNAS, too. It wasn't just, you didn't
Yeah.
just go to it. What did you do for that?
Well, that year was the medieval theme, so they had the whole sword in the stone idea.
Yeah.
So I actually created the whole stone that we put the sword in.
Yeah.
So
What kind of materials do you use to make out of that? That's when my credit card comes in. I pay people to actually do that.
that's
kind
where
of
it got
stuff.
kind of crazy because we didn't have a big budget and stuff like
Yeah.
that to make each little event that was there. So everyone's saying that they want to do this whole sword in the stone and take pictures with it. So we were looking at rocks and stuff, and we realized it was way out of our budget to buy an actual fake rock.
Sure.
So I got this idea. I thought, oh, I've been around cars and stuff a lot. I know how to do some fiberglass work and stuff like that. So I figured maybe I'll just make a rock out of fiberglass. So I literally went home, got a bunch of fiberglass matting and resin, and draped it over this wood thing and painted
Really?
it up. And I didn't even think it looked that good. I wasn't very happy with it. And I brought it to school, and everyone's like, oh, wow, look at that. It looks awesome. So
It was honestly stunning. And honestly, when we talked about earlier this season, multiple times about Midnight Madness, and this year we actually haven't talked about Madness since we filmed with Karen Torsha a few weeks ago, live from Madness. But that Madness was very special because I don't know if you know this, but that was actually the first Madness that Dave Keenan and I both worked on together.
I really.
So, and you were in Dave's Emerging Leaders group as a freshman, and when we always talk back on that one, and we talked on this show before and outside of the show about some of the great Midnight Madnesses of the past, but that's one that's memorable, and your element of that was something that we always think to. We took the photos with the sword in the stone that you made,
Right.
and gave them out as keychains, and it was a very, very nice event. So, and then you ended up as a commuter assistant. And tell us about what the commuter assistant's role are for commuters and how commuters can get involved.
Well, basically, as a commuter assistant, I basically help the commuters transition from how they had their life or whatever in school and everything in high school into college.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is working with orientation and freshmen and helping their stresses and stuff, but also extends throughout the years. This year, I'm actually working with the seniors. I've been working with the seniors since I started,
Yep.
which was through the years. But any questions they have, really, sometimes they have questions about where to park, can they get a locker, how do I do this, where do I get food, or just any really worries, scheduling problems or anything like that. They could always shoot us an email. We're right in the Office of Campus Life, so they could feel free to come in anytime we have office hours,
Yeah.
ask us any questions. And we're really not just there just to answer questions. We're there to be people's friends and stuff. So
Sure.
we don't want them to just be feeling left out and stuff, because we know how commuters feel like they could be left out at times and stuff,
Sure.
which they really have a full opportunity. So we're just there to help them with that.
Well, you say that you sometimes you're always there just to do that kind of stuff, the regular getting involved stuff. But sometimes you're there to do other random stuff that sometimes you're not even commuter assistants.
Yeah, the
I have
job
you do the
detail.
quirkiest things. What would you say are probably some of the most strangest tasks you've ever had to work on in the Office of Campus Life?
There's always the random take these 10 boxes of props and carry them over to the auxiliary gym, or we have these posters. These need to be hung all around campus and
I
stuff
don't think
like
that's
that.
awkward. I've asked you to do some. I'm trying to think. I can't even think off the top of my head, but you guys have been my go-to guys. You've saved me many a times in
Right.
terms of projects. For example, the fall concert. This is a good one. When I had you guys standing with clipboards, signing
Yeah.
people in to the concert to expedite the registration process.
Yeah, that was
But-
kind of a surprise too, just randomly. Oh, we need you to go sign people in for the concert. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, is that our job? Just detail. Apparently today it is.
Apparently, you're helping commuters get involved, but you guys are a big help. You're the face in many ways of campus life. Everyone knows your names attached to campus life via your emails and such. But we are in the fall 2010 semester, which is your third year here at Rider, and there's been
Right.
some great things that have gone on campus. You helped with Cranberry Fest this year. Did you have any thoughts on that particular event?
I think it went well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great event. Everyone knows about it. It's the marking of when we became Andrew J. Ryder became the Cranberry King and all
Yep.
that. I know you love to tell your whole story of
I
the
do.
cranberry and everything, so I think everyone takes a lot from that because they all remember your story at orientation and everything like that.
Well, maybe I should just tell the story. I've never told the story here on Real Time, so I think it'd be
think
as
this
good a
is-
time as
this
ever.
is a perfect time.
Well, the story I tell on during the summer orientation is, part of our history here at Rider, which is that Andrew J. Rider, who was the founder of the Trenton School of Business and also the first president of Rider, he retired and became a cranberry bog farmer in Hamilton, New Jersey. Now, around this time, he was given the opportunity to meet the Queen of England and presented her with her first ever cranberry, which she allegedly enjoyed so much that she dubbed him the Cranberry King of New Jersey. Now, my version of the story is such that I believe that there's a little bit of a conspiracy here. And my conspiracy is that he lived in Hamilton, New Jersey, which would be what, Barry?
That would be the blueberry capital of the world.
The blueberry capital of the world. So when all of you students are old enough to drive down Route 206 to go to Atlantic City and bet legally, you will see that there's giant signs there, blueberry capital of the world. You'll see blueberries everywhere. And so I believe that, a cranberry can be enjoyable. And I'm very proud of our heritage here. You're wearing a cranberry colored shirt. I wear cranberry in my heart. But I believe a blueberry in its proper form, now that's truly worth dubbing someone a king over. So
Right.
I believe our school colors should be blueberry and white. Unfortunately, it's not. But fortunately, we have Cranberry Fest, which is
Right.
actually one of my favorite events of the year. And this year, we got so many good notices about the band that we had, which
The
was
band was really good.
yeah, and it was a
Did a really
band
good
called
job.
Lost in Paris. They frequently play at Kathmandu and some of the shore places and all. And I mean, you can't find anyone else that would go from The Who to Gaga back to Billy Joel all in one swoop. So
I think everyone really enjoyed the band just for that same reason.
Yeah.
Because you get a band usually, and not everyone likes the same genre of music, so it's sometimes a lot hit or miss. You either
Sure.
like it or they don't like it. But that band played a large variety of music, so
Yeah,
everyone
it
liked
was great.
some songs.
now
and
they
some
didn't play Rihanna, which instantly
Right.
struck them out. But what they did play was Jason Derulo. I believe
did.
they played "In My Head" was actually the song that they played. You didn't attend the concert this year. You had other obligations. But the good news is that the Rider News actually did do a write-up for it. They reviewed in this issue of the most recent issue of the Rider News for everyone who's watching. They reviewed the concert, and their title was "Derulo Does It Good But Not Solo." And the first sentence was provocative, aerobatic, excellent, and repetitive. These are the adjectives to describe last Friday's fall concert. So, a couple of things. When you hear repetitive, two things was that Jason Derulo actually sang both Ride and Solo and In My Head twice. And I think the first versions were slowed down, scaled back acoustic versions, which people thought that was the only time they were actually going to hear him sing that. But he actually closed the show with the proper version. So I hope people stayed around to see those. They were really high energy. But also, Super Mash Brothers, who were one of the openers, went on about 10 minutes longer than we were anticipated because Auburn, who was another one of our projected opening acts, actually had to cancel at the last minute because there was miscommunication between her and her label, and she didn't realize she was supposed to be here. So as much as we would have liked to have flown her in, once we realized the mistake, she was in Minneapolis, and
It was a little too late.
Yeah.
Understandable.
a plain Auburn tease, if you would.
Right.
And that's going to conclude another episode of Rider Real Time. Before we go, I actually get so many questions about the theme song to this show and where I picked it and what it is. I'm more of a hip-hop pop fan, as you guys have, if you watch the show, you would know. But this song that I found is called it's by American Bang, which is a mid-Atlantic band, and the song is called Wild and Young. And I heard it actually as the theme song to a WWE, yes, World Wrestling Entertainment television show, which now became an internet show called NXT, which spotlights young professional wrestlers. But I just thought the lyrics to the song are so encompassing of what we here at Real Time are about getting students involved and enjoying their college experience. And the lyrics in the opening go something along the lines of this, of slow it down, you go a little too fast, take a deep breath and make it last. These should be the best days of your life. Stay wild and young. And that's my advice to everybody that watches this show, all of the students here at Rider University, and anybody of any age. Enjoy life and enjoy everything that you are doing and experiencing. It goes awfully fast. So that concludes this episode of Rider Real Time. I want to especially thank Barry Triano, my student worker, who was so generous at the last minute to come in and film this episode with us. And as we continue our march up to the holiday musical, if you'd like to perform or be a part of it, I happily welcome anybody who would be interested in doing so. We could use some dancers, singers, mimers, and I'm still gearing up for Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. If I didn't have this cold, I promise you I'd give you a line of it. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.